Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Tonight, taking a look back at one of the vehicles that helped relaunch the modern line of Star Wars, and that is the 1995 release of the X-Wing. So let's head to that table and check this one out. And here's a look at it on that red packaging first. And this did get a release later in 97 where it came out on the green packaging. Just continued to follow the look of the action figure line. Front and center, of course, you got a good look at the toy. And inside the cockpit, you're going to see Farm Boy Luke in there. That's because this is the first figure that was included in the line. X-Wing Luke didn't come out, I think, until the second wave. Top left side, big Darth Vader image there, along with the Star Wars Power of the Force logo. Off on the right, you got the notification that it's got 2 real movie sounds. And then down bottom and center is your electronic X-Wing fighter. That's the name of this vehicle. Also letting you know that it's got attack action wings and authentic movie sounds. The top, bottom, and sides of the packaging each the same with the Star Wars logo, the X-Wing label, and the image of the vehicle off to the side. And then on the back, you got the vehicle being shown off that you're getting with various features, talking about the laser firing sound effects, trigger realistic engine noise by deploying the wings, the landing gear that comes out, the cockpit that opens up, and along the bottom, you got a few of the vehicles that were also available at the launch of this line back in 95. And looking at it now out of the packaging, it is still a great looking vehicle. The design and the molding of the plastic is almost identical to the original release of the X-Wing back in the 80s, but it looks very much refreshed and in a way much more of a modern vehicle than it did back in the 80s. And as I said, while the plastic molding itself is essentially the same, the key difference here, though, is that the stickers carrying much of the design for the vehicle of what you're seeing has seen a massive update. You're getting more weathering, you're getting more colors, more details to it. So when comparing between the two vehicles, that makes the original toy look just so much dated because it's just pretty simple red and yellow stickers, a little bit of black. Obviously mine's got the battle damage because this one was purchased in 82. So that was an added layer of stickers that still looks pretty cool. But there are some small variances between the two vehicles. It's not an identical one-to-one release. The quickest difference to spot is going to be the loss of that red light in the front of the vehicle. This new release does still have electronics, but it only makes sounds and has no lights. Also in the back of the vehicle, the button to activate those sounds has been moved. It's no longer on the top as it was back on the original release. It's now on the bottom of the vehicle with a little switch where they've also added little landing gears molded into the body. The sculpting on the wings has also seen an update. You're getting some more lines in there, some more little bumps, ridges and stuff of whatever mechanical bits it would be. And that has been done both on the top and bottom of the vehicle. And also on the very back end, while the design is the same, the molding's a little bit different. You're getting some indents in this big plastic piece here that we didn't have on the original release. Beyond that, the laser cannons on the wings now are gray as they were in the movie. And just getting back now to this newer vehicle, it's got some weathering applied. Has a light black color sprayed in at the nose of the vehicle. Also a little bit of black at the top front of the engines. Where the proton torpedoes come out, you have a much darker black for some scoring placed here. And then overall on the main hull of the body, at least on the top side, is just a light spray of black in there. I'm pretty sure that's painted in. I don't think that's the gray speckles molded into the plastic that we saw in some of the vehicles around that time. But the best that I can tell, it does seem like it's painted, and it's only on that top half of the plastic. As far as some special painting on the bottom of the vehicle, it's some light brown painted in there, just at the bottom edges on the front of the engine. A little bit of light spray on the back of it, and then also right there at the center of the main hull. As you can see, still some great detailing on the bottom of the vehicle, and you got that switch that I mentioned for activating your electronics, that little gray button there. Otherwise, it is all this sticker placement that is carrying the overall design and adding some dimension to this vehicle. R2-D2 sticking out of the top, nothing really overly special. Again, he still looks like the vintage version of the toy, just a much more vibrant blue this time. Silver's still looking pretty good. Pushing his head down, does still activate the S-foils, opens those wings up. It's always a feature I just loved doing as a kid. And then you just pull that button back and that'll release the wings, gets them back down. As for the canopy, it's a nice smoky color, opens up pretty easily. And then for the interior of the cockpit, nothing really special here. You got a textured seat, but that's all you're getting. No elements in there, and I'm pretty okay with that. Around that canopy window, you got some light blue painted in there. Maybe some overspray on the back. It's got a pretty hard edge going around the front and sides, but for some reason on the backside it does extend past. I honestly don't know if that's intentional or just bad painting. Also, what's new this time around, you got some light blue just behind R2-D2 on the top back side, and that extends down just a little bit along the back, and that part is painted in pretty nicely. The front nose cone of the vehicle, you got a retractable landing gear. Just give that a little pull out. Otherwise, for the back side, you still just have your molded in landing gear here at the bottom of the engines at these two positions. Obviously, the vehicle stays pretty nice and flat, no problems with that. As for the electronics of the vehicle, you have to pry open this little top lid here. 2 AA batteries go in the back. So with the wings closed, when you hit that button, you're only going to get your laser sounds. But when you pop the wings open and push that button, that's when you're going to get your laser sounds and some engine noise. So overall, things are sounding great there. I tried to compare the sounds of this vehicle to my original X-Wing, but my contacts in the bottom of the vehicle are just too corroded on that one, so I won't be able to listen to those sounds at this time, if it even still works aside from that. And then, of course, you're going to have no problems getting your figures to fit in this vehicle. And keep in mind, this is at a time when they were very muscular and took up more space as a figure. So overall, this is a great looking vehicle, even today. I mean, I still love looking at this, even though now it's been 24 years since it was released. Certainly we've received better versions, or larger versions I should say, in the lines that have come. But I still like this one. And I should just note real quick, throwing up Poe Dameron's X-Wing. As you can see, that one is still a little bit larger than this X-Wing that we got in 95. But you also don't have any problems getting your figures into this older X-Wing. And since, for the most part, this still looks like the vehicle I played with as a kid, this is just going to always have a fond place in my heart. And that wraps up this look at the Power of the Force 2 X-Wing. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this vehicle in the comments section below. And as always, thank you for watching.